Hello, this is music producer and audio engineer John Krause, and I have a mad obsession for making studio recordings. I love mixing, producing, composing, adding guitar tracks, or just sipping coffee while you do most of the work. I'd love to help you make a record, and I don't usually bite. You can find me online at kraussmusic.com. That's KRAUSSMUSIC.com, or on Facebook at John Krause Music. And remember, as the late great Billy Shakespeare once said, if music be the food of love, play on.
Light from the clock can read my mind.
Hi, I'm Terry McCabe
I'm Diane McCabe,
with Raven Faith Records.
and you are listening to
The Paige Roberts Show
on Intercom Radio Network.
Okay. I guess it's on Facebook, but it's not lagging as bad though, is it?
I can hear you.
We're not lagging like before. I don't think I can go both. I just have to stay here. So anything through the audience that we're talking to, we're just gonna have to not.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird. We'll see. But at least it's not echoing in the back either.
Oh, good.
But I'm sure it's on Facebook, so we'll just hold on our questioning to anybody out there that or maybe you can get your daughter to go on there and see if she can see us see us live on there. But I guess I could look really quick and see if we are. I'm sure we are. Let me look.
What, you want to know if you can see both of us on your page? That's what you want to know?
So let me
see.
No, it didn't. I have to do it over here. So I had to redo it. I shut it down and relaunched it, so I have to relaunch it.
Okay.
I'll figure it out after a while.
Yeah. You can chat if you want to. No.
Now let's see. But I do know I can't hold.
Are you live right now?
I'm
Yeah.
fixing to look right now. That's what I was doing.
No, she's not.
That's what I was looking at.
Okay.
And see if it's on there.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it is
Well,
because I have to I had to relaunch it.
Yeah.
But if anybody's out there that does see us, we are we're not crazy. All something you can learn. Okay, now I had to relaunch it.
Oh, you can shut that off. She just wants to make sure she's up.
Yeah, I had to
Technical difficulties.
trial and error.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Now this should be okay.
Good.
Hang tight. I got
Okay.
coffee.
Oh, that's good. Coffee is always good.
Always. Come on, don't lag. It's already 8:20. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Okay, we're back. So, sorry. Oh,
It's not as bad as, like
it is what it is.
smaller, so the impact, we feel it more with the impact.
Right. Wow.
Take it day by day. Try to, go out, get nature in, and just keep positive and pray for everyone.
Yes, ma'am. I do that as well. So,
Yeah.
but if people don't know who we are, this is the Paige Robert Show. We finally are up and going, but it is trial and error. I hold all questions or things like that until the end. I think that would be better than me switching back and forth on the computer because my computer's slow. It's enough as it is. So we hope you can hear us.
Okay.
I mean, we did fine the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, I heard you. I heard your little thing you put out there.
So yeah. And this is my first one, Roxanne. So thank you for being brave and and coming
Oh,
on.
you're welcome.
But
You're welcome.
we've talked before.
Yeah.
We have talked.
Yeah, we have an interview in. We did an interview.
Last year?
I think like an hour-long interview. Yes. Yep.
They usually are, but I think people are
So,
intimidated. Somewhat.
intimidated?
And wanting to come on and talk.
Oh, you mean through Zoom?
Any place.
ABC?
Even when I was on Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, why?
They just don't like talking about themselves.
Oh.
But when they decide to come on and they see, I'm like, I'm the easiest person in the world.
You are.
Thank you.
I love the interview that I did with you last year. It was really good. It was insightful for me too as I was talking.
And I didn't even think about the music. If we have any music to add, I guess I could add your music after we get through with this interview. I can attach it to our interview. So,
yeah, whatever you had from before is fine. I have the person that I want to talk to about today. His name is Dr. Olympia, and I have a song coming out. Well, it's more of a series for this one song for this one person. So it's pretty interesting, his story, and it was pretty interesting the way that we came about making it in the studio, and we really enjoyed it. And we had someone special come in. I could, as a songwriter, I can choose anyone I want, or I feel that would fit a song. So I ended up choosing Alex Preston for this one, and it was a beautiful combination when he got in. I had like goosebumps when he came in. He's just an amazing vocalist and just an overall good person. But it was magic, and I'm really happy, and I can't wait. This person goes by Antonio Gelini, and he's very well known throughout Hollywood, and he's been there for seems like forever. He's an icon, and he's got a lot of history to him that the world, will discover more and more as time goes by. And it was really unique on how things happen and how I fell upon, creating this. But I looked into his story just a little bit, and I think within like 5 or 10 minutes, I had a song for him. So that's like to me like the power of the universe. Yeah,
Yes.
that's just you just
And well,
when
it's
it's happening.
funny, but it's funny, you don't, and I always say you don't meet people by accident, right, Fran? I say that all.
No, you don't.
Yeah, and it's like he just kind of fell right there in front of me. So,
Yeah, I think so. I think he was brought in at the right
mhm.
time, and there's some strong meaning. But I was earlier a little while ago. I was just looking back because I'm editing the first video for the series for the song, and it's just so beautiful. And I'm excited to see what he thinks when he sees it. But it'll unfold as it should. I put everything in God's hands. I'm very spiritual, and I believe all creation is from God. So I always put all trust in that, and then I just go on the ride, and I just let it take me where it's supposed to take me, and embrace it the way I'm supposed to embrace it, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all we can do is right.
Roll with it.
So yeah, go with it. Yeah, go with it. So
and that's how I base me also. That's how I do things. And I can't go on a daily journey without having that map. You know what I mean?
right.
That guide
Yes.
to go by. It's hard enough. It's hard enough as it is out here and just being, you know, out here in the universe. I guess if that's what you want to call it. But I mean,
in the middle, right? You're like right in the middle of the country.
Yeah. I mean, somebody has to guide us. And I know there's some that doesn't believe, and that's their prerogative if they don't believe.
Right.
But, most everybody prays. I'm like,
Well, I go in and out of a lot of different,
I'm stuck.
I'll go into, and I like to follow and I like to learn. I think that I'm, a student in life, and I like to, embrace people that way, and find them at their comfort zones and at their phases in their life, and just embrace it the way that they are, and who that they are and how they live, because everybody has their own unique path in life, and they bring a lot of different gifts and abilities and stories and triumphs and lows, and
Mm-hmm.
you just have to love people. You have to take them for who they are and try to embrace and get to know them, and ones that are the ones that you have time to try to. Sometimes I don't have a lot of time, and because I've been in the business world, and I've met hundreds and thousands of people, and sometimes I don't have time all the time, but I can feel when someone's pulling at me and they want my attention, and I try to give as much as I can at the time. And for some reason I can always, either figure out what's going on or touch them in some certain way, or they touch me in some certain way, and there's some uniqueness in our connections, and it's beautiful, really.
But right? That you are meant to meet that person. I know exactly how. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when people are open up to you and you open up to them, it's an exchange. It's an exchange of communication and respect and love, and it's an openness to wanna to get to know someone, and even if it's in a short period of time, in an intimate way,
Right.
in a true intimate way.
And you
I think that's
being nice and upfront with people, it goes a long way. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Just at least a little bit of kindness to somebody, it'll show them.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I run into trouble. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect angel. Sometimes I do, fall into trouble with certain people because I'm very to the point, and I try to deliver my messages, point on, and you know, they have to take me for who I am and my value, but I try not to hurt anyone. That's the main thing. I try not to hurt anyone. If there's something that's not rubbing me right, or a person maybe that it just doesn't see me in the right light, then I just kind of go my own way, and I pray and I say, if it's meant that we hook up again and we work this out, we will, and that's just the way it's going to go. But for the most part, I've had so much amazing people around, and community. I've had tons of community businesses that I owned, that I worked with, and employees and families. I was able to see weddings and anniversaries, and get to know where people work and what they did, and a lot of different things. I'm always blessed with that. But today I want to talk about I want to definitely talk about music overall in general. For people that don't know, I've been in three studios right now so far. I started in 2 studios down Boston. You might know a band called New Kids on the Block. They go in and out of it. There's a lot of international stars that will go in and out of studios that people are not aware of. But when I started down Boston, I knew there was something special brewing, because when I got home, I had like a million phone calls that they wanted me to work with them. But we couldn't come to terms with a contract. We kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I wasn't quite happy with it, so I decided that I was going to just stay and keep and own my own music. And so I decided to work here in New Hampshire. And the studio that I found is affiliated with Phil Collins, Genesis, and Peter Gabriel. They have a second studio in the UK called the Farm Studio. And the owner, he has connections to all kinds of international people too. So it's not that we always have to pull in international people to work on projects, but the talent and the ability is there. So I look for, when I'm writing music, it's an investment, because you're investing your time, you're investing your money, especially in higher end studios. But I'm looking at someone that I can see, obviously, talent, but drive, and somebody that really is in it, that wants to go further. And then we just start. I bring in a song, and when it's done, when it's formed, then I start to interview who I want to have sing on it. Now, when I first started, and I still have that vision, I want to be able to bring a concert to stage. I definitely want to have a musical one day to stage. I'm an entrepreneur. I've owned a lot of different businesses. So I think about, for the future, funding music, I definitely have to get into entrepreneurial things if I want to be able to fund these projects. But right now, I'm just taking it one step at a time. I was offered a studio creation with a band that is well known here in the state. And it's pretty funny, because one day when it really all comes out, people are going to be like, oh, wow. But yeah, they ended up getting a big grant and opening up a big studio, and they do a lot of work for movies. They go from here down to California and other places, and they do a lot of work for movies. And they're getting up there. They've been known for their own work in a band, but now they have a full production business. And I was, I should be very grateful, because they came to me and they offered me that opportunity. It wasn't right at the right time. So, I couldn't go with it. So going back to what I really want to talk about is this person. His name, again, is Antonio Giullini, and he was in partnership in 1996 with Dick Clark and Dick Clark Productions. So he is huge, very huge, and he's had some bad luck with certain things that happened to him with contracts and things in Hollywood. and now he's up and he's getting ready to go again. And his show, which is a Family Film Award show, is going to be televised on CBS this year. So that's very, very exciting. I'm very, very excited for him. But he was the one that's a pioneer because he ended up meeting Bill Clinton, and they ended up passing a law that they had every film studio in Hollywood had to honor and make 3 PG movies a year to try to clean up and keep it wholesome. All the studios, even the studios that are making all like the R-rated and the different things that they do there. So he was a pioneer in that, and he was able to accomplish that. He's from Iran, so he's he wasn't born here, but he's a citizen here. Been here for I think over 30-some-odd years.
Wow.
And so he's got his feet in everywhere in Hollywood. So he has a long history. He also he goes to the Cannes Film Festival every year. He wasn't able to go. They had another. They were supposed to have another one just recently, but he wasn't able to go to that one this year because of the coronavirus. So he wasn't able to do that. But right before the coronavirus came to, started to really hit here, he was in North Korea. He was at a peace summit because he sits on the World Peace Committee, and they have, I don't know if it's, I think maybe a weekend long thing that they do, but they have a building in California, and then he goes where I'm not sure if they meet there every year at the same place in North Korea, but he does sit on that, and he does go to those meetings. So he's really got his hands involved in a lot of different things, and he's a fighter for humanity, and he believes that the arts are medicine. He's a warrior, yeah, awesome. Wicked, and he walks. He doesn't just talk the talk; he walks the walk. He's been trying to champion these things since even before 1996. In his own country, he started off as a student in the university, and he started creating a bunch of films and theater, and then I guess he would take them out into the community and into the public and perform them and show them and so forth. And then what happened was, I think when he was 21, the first international film festival that he brought a movie to, I think it was in Russia, and he went there to accept his award, and tragedy struck. His wife passed, her sister-in-law, and his brother-in-law. So they passed. He was only 21 years old, and he was left with 2 daughters to raise.
Oh, gosh.
And so it was really hard. Yeah. So he's had tragedies in his life. But he's just a pioneer for everything that he does, and he wakes up, and this whole year that passed, I've seen all the places that he goes and all the things that he does, and what an amazing man that he is, and what is going to be left for his legacy. He still has a long way to go, but it's just amazing, and I can't wait to see. I really believe that now is the time where whatever is manifest for him is going to come full circle, and it's just going to be gigantic. I really believe that. So,
does he know? Does he know exactly what it is you're doing for him?
He heard the song. I went last year. I was lucky enough. I went to California for the first time last year, and I had so much fun. Did so much sightseeing, but I went there for the Family Film Award show to meet him. He was very, very busy. He was busy with a lot of people that were there and things that he was doing. But I was able to see the show, and then the next day I met with him. So we got a chance to meet like one-on-one. And we went outside. We got to hear the song for the first time, we had to still work on it in production to really get it to the production stage, but he could hear the full song fully, so he heard it. And it was so amazing because when he did, he was like, how do you know me? It's like you're just meeting me, and how could you put this together, and how did you know me? And I was just like, oh, so that's good,
Just
he
the
really
way
did
it
that.
is.
So. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that was good. Yeah.
I bet he was.
So,
That's neat. Wow. That would be awesome.
So this guy, he's just a amazing person, and he has a lot to offer for the film world, for the art world. He has this award show that's going to be coming. It's coming, I think, in a couple of years. It's going to be the main one that he's like championing right now, besides the Family Film Awards that he owns, and that was again with Dick Clark. He has, it's called the Olympia Awards, and it represents 7 arts of the world. And it's going to include everybody from around the world in the competition. And it'll be held somewhere different every year, like the Olympic award kind of thing, where every couple of years it'll go from one country to a different country to a different country, where he wants to bridge people's cultures together through the arts. And he's a pioneer of believing that the arts, and all arts, music, dance, theater, literature, all these things, they all bring medicine to people. They give them joy, help them heal, make them feel good, give them support, hope, those types of things. He's a wicked pioneer for that. And you have to be, because it's a lot of work, So, So I'm happy to be involved in this project.
Putting something together like that. That takes a lot of people. Yes, I mean, I couldn't even imagine putting something like that together.
When he was in, yeah, when he was in Iran, he went through a revolution. His parents weren't there. He was in the university, but there was a revolution in his country, in Iran, going on, and he was lucky to survive that. People had died, and a lot of bad things were happening, and he knew everything was happening, and he kind of bunkered down and stayed to the arts while it was happening, but he survived it, and then when he decided, yeah. And when he decided to come, because he knew he wanted to get the liberation of the freedom to create and to bring, worldwide. He always had that dream in his heart since youth. When he came to the United States, he brought, I think it was like 28,000 books from his country, poetry, literature. And he opened up a tea shop. He opened up a restaurant. He held plays there. He brought his, recipes, and he's just an amazing person, always believes in the wholesome of these things. So, I definitely feel like I struck gold when it comes to a person like him that believes from the bottom, and he's always touching his heart. That's another thing. He's always like, every time he speaks, he's like touching his heart. So that he's thinking very thoroughly of who he is, what he represents, and where he wants to go. So it's amazing,
awesome.
It is, yeah, it is.
But it's gifted to be able to read people like that, or to read people in general. You know what I mean? To be able to read that person.
Yes. Yes. I can read a lot. I can read a lot of people. I actually can read psychics. I can tell you before if somebody's walking in the door.
What am I thinking, Roxanne?
No, not like that. Not like that. But I mean, like, I remember one time being in one of my businesses, and I remember asking the lady, and she's like, "Yes, I don't go by a name. Like, people don't know what I do, but I find missing children. So it just, if you have that ability, you tune into it. you know.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
I know.
Yeah. The combination, music and that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. And so what else can I tell you about this man? Because this song is like I have a couple other songs coming out, but I really want to just keep on with this one.
Do you have an exact date of when that might be happening?
Well, there's gonna be a video coming out soon, and hopefully he'll be playing that like all summer long. And there might be two. And it's just the first, I call series. The first video coming out that will kind of give you an idea of just a basic sound of what's to come, for the song. So, and then when I think he wants to debut the full-length version song, when his show is supposed to be in October. So I think he wants to debut the song at the Family Film Awards show in October. So once that comes out and it gets debuted there, then, it can go out all over and people can see that one with the lyrics and the story of it.
October 13th.
Yeah.
But that'd be ironic.
Oh, his is, I think, scheduled October 6th. I think it's October 6th, and it happens in.
That's another good.
I think it's going to be happening in the same hotel. Yeah. Oh yeah, 13th.
But if people don't know,
but
this is the Paige Roberts Show. If you're just tuning in, we've been talking a few minutes now, haven't we? Roxanne, I'm talking to tonight. We're here on our Zoom cam, so we're hoping I'll get the kinks worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. It's a lot different, Roxanne, than being out and just holding the telephone to your ear.
Yeah, I like to see your face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't see an audience or anything, obviously, but I can see your face.
Yeah, well, that too.
Nice.
And that's the thing too about other people. They can see the expressions and all and things like that. I guess it's better. I did finally show up. I said I got up, I dressed up, but the showing up part I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm the same way. Most of the time, I'm a wicked gypsy. I love nature. I love to be in nature. I feel wild and crazy when I'm in free, when I'm in nature. But when it comes to going, because I've had to work a lot of different businesses in my life, and I felt like I was kind of, caged because I started early in small business, and it's always been, like in my family, friends, my father, even with my husband. So I feel like I've had to really put my best face forward in front of people all my life. But then when I took a break and I had my last couple of kids, I really was happy because I was able to enjoy them and enjoy, just being out and not caring what I look like, not caring, what I'm saying, but not have to dress up and always feel like you have to put your, best face forward and you have to entertain and that type of thing. And I could be quiet for once. My family is never quiet. I'm one out of 8 kids. So my mother is a riot. My mother is 85 years old. She gets hit on all the time by these older men. And she's just a riot. She's so full of life. But there comes a time where you just you want to calm down a little bit, and you just want to take in things around you, and you want to kind of be subdued from things. I was able to take in a little tranquility and serenity in things in life, and
that too.
I'm blessed that I was able to.
We all need a break. I did the same thing last year. I think it was like a 6-month break. I mean, it just got to be too much. I was 24/7. I said I have got to slow down for me. I said if I don't, I'm just gonna crash and burn, and then that'll be it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if once I get my hands into something, I kind of go.
You
You know, like
go.
if I get on
Yeah. It's like a
a roll,
rhythm. It's like a
like with
rhythm.
music,
Yeah. I'm
like
like,
with music.
yeah.
Yeah,
And so I'm like, I'm full speed ahead, and I was 24/7.
you
And
know,
I'm
it's
like,
certain.
I can't. I mean, I had help from my manager. That was Ruth Allen Finley. Is
Yeah.
that is, and I know she had a few things that she had to take care of and couldn't help me, anymore. I'm like, oh my gosh. So when that
Yeah.
part of your what I don't know what it would be called, but that's gone. That part of your business is gone. See, and like, but it shows you too that what it really means when you do have somebody there that's helping you, and that's with anybody out there, right? So
Well,
I
what happened was I was always in partnership either with my husband or with someone, and all my life. So when I had my last couple of kids, I kind of, he was still kind of working a lot, and I kind of had to. I kind of went out with. I mean, I could have went out with girlfriends and stuff like that, but I chose to just take them out and kind of just find a little bit of serenity and the simplest, most beautiful things to see them grow and to see how they interact with things. And with my first one, I had to bring them into the businesses. So it was really, really difficult,
right.
because we were growing businesses, and he, leaned on me. I was, the other half. So I had to step up, and I had to be that strong person, and I had to work with a child, and it was really, really hard. So I decided with the last two I was going to do that. So one day when I was in the kitchen, because I learned I cook a lot, I learned how to cook a lot of Indian food, and I just cook in general. So I was in the kitchen, and I started listening to music again after all these years because my whole childhood I grew up. I have a lot of skate friends, and my boyfriend was a DJ at the local roller skating rink, and we all skated 7 days a week to the music.
Awesome.
And it was a beautiful, beautiful childhood. So, and then later on, my dear friend from there, her aunt owned a dance studio, and we ended up taking some dance lessons and things like that. And then we kind of had to. After that, we kind of went our own way for a little while, and then she kind of found me again years later, and she's like, "Oh, Roxanne, you need a break. You need to come out dancing." And I was like, "Dancing? We learned how to dance on skates first." And so when I went dancing, that was so easy. I'm like, piece of cake. Because rhythm, when you skate, you've got a balance, and we learned how to get rhythm. And when you're skating couple skates and things like that, you're skating unisex together. So it's really beautiful.
I don't think I ever did do that. I didn't do that one. I knew how to skate, but I never did. I never did hook up.
Yeah. So she dragged me there, and then when I started going dancing, I started getting asked to dance by everyone because dancing was easy at that point. I'm like, woo, let's go. But it lasted for a little while, and then I got pulled away again because I started. I was always busy, and I was always blessed because all my friends were artistic in some sort, and they'd always follow me, even to where I work. They would always come show up at my work and come visit me and be, come on. So, it was a great, and music was always
Hopefully
centered
you
around
had
that.
a forgiving boss that didn't really mind.
I was always pretty much my own boss, so I was always left alone. I was, pretty much always my own boss. So, and then, my dad, I guess my mentality was always when I was young, my dad used to always think that, oh, she's going to be the bossy one, and she's going to be this, and she's going to be that. But in a way, I guess I've been a boss to hundreds of people, but I'm not bossy, you know, like I'm like, let's work and, you know, we get things done, you know, and I think I've always been a good boss to people. I hope, you know.
I think you
And
have.
I love the people that, yeah, I think what you give is what you receive, you know. So
Yes,
my blessings are the fact that I could take time
undoubtedly.
off and not have to work. What's that?
See, I think that's the way I think too. You get what you give.
Right.
And what
Yeah.
goes around goes around. And I truly
Yeah.
believe in karma. So
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, it is.
karma
But
is very bad.
but there's good karma too, and that's the light of the world, right? So that's what I think that's what artists believe in their souls and in their hearts. And I want to give like props to musicians that are out there every day. I mean, when I first went out to look at the music scene, because I had to go out and look at the music scene to see what was out there and make sure, hey, I'm doing all this work. I want to make sure, you know, is there a music scene? I was told by some musicians, don't go into original music because you're not going to get paid. We're out here and we're making $300 a gig, maybe twice a day. We're making $700 a day. You know, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna form, you know, original music, and it's very hard to get it, you know, listened to. It's hard to get it on radio. You know, forget the Grammys unless
It's not a get rich overnight deal. No, by no means. You have to work at it. Even doing podcasts,
right.
and even being on radio. I mean, it's the same. That's all the entertainment. It's
Right.
it's hard.
Right. And today it's all like you know, I don't even know what licensing deals mean, things like that. You know, I'm very kind of naive when it comes to those things. But there's something that's, you know, down deep knowing that, you know, one day, I mean, I remember when we made a couple of videos and we were in a park, and one of the ladies that was with me that came for the day, she was telling me she worked with all these famous people and she went on tour with them, and you know, it was amazing to hear her stories and to know that I'm that close to a musician, which is to me just like a superstar in itself, you know. Never mind like the people that you hear every day. These people are working with multi people that are superstars, you know, as musicians. So to me, those are, you know, that's powerful to me. So it was like, you know, we would talk and, you know, she told me how it was like on the road and how they had to commute and the things that they had to do and that type of thing. So,
And that's why
you know,
I
I
like
just
talking.
kind of,
That's why I like talking to you guys like that. I mean, and talking about the songs and music is one thing, but I want to know where you come from. Where did you come into the music? You know, like you were just saying.
for me, for me, it was like I was in the kitchen one day and I was just thinking I heard a song and I had a friend. I was pregnant. She had just lost a child to SIDS, which you know, they don't know. They say they don't know, you know, what causes that. It was her fifth child, and like again, I'm very spiritual. You know, one day I'll get more into that, but my mom has gifts, my sister has gifts, my daughter has gifts, and I had gifts. Anyway, she called me and she said, Roxanne, she was mourning her son for like a year. She just went, you know, like kind of ballistic and stuff. I thought we had to watch her because she was really severely depressed and things. And but then one day she called me over to her house, and on her phone she captured an image of her son, and it was a white silhouette, a white ghostly silhouette of his body, and then full face, and it was colored, and it was him, and it was just his way of telling her, hey, and it was a reflection when she got out of the car that was on the pavement. And it was just his way of like popping up and saying, Mom, you need to relax. I'm in a better place now, and you need to relax, and I'm doing fine. So then one day in the kitchen, I heard a song because of the essence of my time with her and with him. I mean, I was there when she had the child. I was there in the hospital. I was there afterwards, and all the memories that was created. He was three and a half months old, but during all that time, I was there. All her dreams and plans, and you know, just the essence of everything that was going on. So I was in the kitchen, and I heard a song by Jessica Simpson, And one of my favorite songs that she sings is called Angel, but it was a different song. It was called I Have Loved You. Sorry, I Have Loved You. And it was in the song because she came out of church. She was a church singer. Her dad was a minister, and there was something about that song that resonated within me, and it was a message in there. And I said, I have to, bring this to her. And then I started thinking about my old days and my skate days, and with how music was always around me and things like that. And then I felt this really strange calling. It was a really, really strange calling. And I'm like, what is this calling? I have no idea. So I went down to the local school and I started taking vocal lessons. And I didn't like it. I was like, I really don't, because growing up, I was an attractive girl, and my father used to have to fight off all the boys. And then I just had a lot of friends. So I always felt like I was kind of like the it girl, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, where there was a lot of attention put on me. So I didn't want to be that center of attention anymore. And I felt music was more of an art and creation and spiritual awakening. So when I went there, I started to learn vocal, which was good because it teaches you like to control your vocal when you're singing and things like that. But I was like, I don't like this. And she's like, well, can you write music? And I'm like, yeah, I can write. So I started writing, and she's like, you need to sing it to me. So I had to start singing it. And she's like, that's how you get the melodies. She's like, if you're able to write and sing it, you have a good combination, and you're on your own. So what happened was I started writing one song, and then within a day I had 8. And then it just kept growing and growing.
Wow.
It was like every day. It was every day. It was like he opened the door of a portal or something. So, and not only could I write and harmonize and make it, the creation start from there, I was also able to look at singers and know exactly what they're doing wrong, what they should be singing, what they shouldn't be singing. I don't tell them, but because, you want them to be positive and things like that, because I can't produce, everyone. I ran into situations where some singers that I was going to work on projects with really wanted me to produce them. And it was like, I wasn't ready for that. So I would rather just kind of tiptoe and kind of work with different artists right now and see where it leads me. There might be a day. There is one or two that I am looking at. You never know. So.
Right, because you were publicist as well, so you're doing all of that. You're
Yeah.
right. Can you tell me?
Yes, it's kind of like I have to, because it's like I don't have a team.
Yeah, I know. It goes together. It does.
The only team. I'm very low key. The only team I have is in the production of the music itself, and then I have a lady that is a film editor that gets my videos together for me right now, and she's awesome. Her name is Haggett, and she's from Israel. I love her. I want to also give a shout out to Brian Combs, who owns Rocky Horror Studios. That's the one that I work at. And then and also all the singers that I've worked with so far, and all the musicians, because they're superstars. Every one of them has the talent to go places. I mean, like seriously, to go places.
Well,
my studio.
Since we're doing since we're doing shout outs, I guess let me go ahead and do a shout out to Fargo Hendricks. He's at the TMN radio. And a lot of times he'll take my shows and re-air them on his radio. Now they're only on Roku, so if you have Roku or streaming Roku, you can go and find it. It's called the TMN Radio. We appreciate them re-airing our shows. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
I can tell it too because
sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, more people come in. That's when he re-airs.
I have a question. Do you have a lot of people from Nashville on your show that tune in?
Yeah,
from Nashville.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
have
I'm going to
heard.
be stepping in. I'm going to be stepping into Nashville. I want to step into Nashville and create. I want to, I'll go over. I want to go to London. Before I forget, my studio. They just did an album with Genesis guitarist, and they did some concert dates that were over there, and it was a big thing. The whole album was written by their first guitarist, and it's circulating on BBC Radio. So the owner that I work with, he just loves London, and I just wrote a whole series of songs, and special for London, special connections between me and him, and special connections just in general. So
That's all Roxanne. That's all Roxanne, y'all. That is Roxanne.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that, but I want to go. My father grew up very poor. My father was pulled off a farm, and when my father passed, he couldn't read and he couldn't write very well, but he was self-made. And I learned a lot of things about life through my father. My father used to watch a lot of biblical movies, a lot of historical shows. My father was self-taught. He had to self-teach himself a lot of things, but a lot of good things that he passed down to me. He taught me how to be humble. He was the type of person that would give the shirt off his back. He used to bring in people that didn't have a lot of money and used to be an apprentice to them to teach them how to create and build their own businesses. He was just a really funny, just an overall awesome person. And the things that he taught me in life are so valuable, and I keep that with me for the rest of my life. Doesn't matter where I go, what I do. I'll always he has my heart. That the reason why I got involved in music is because I want to be able to travel in remote places in the world and give back if I can, and do those types of things, because I really believe that we walk this life and we have choices, and that's just where I see myself going, is that I could see like hospital wings, walking. I remember my husband was sick one time, and my father was sick, and I had many different times when I would walk like hospital wings with him, and we had conversations where he'd be like, Roxanne, some people, they don't have family support, and he would just find that so tragic, and we would just have so many different conversations about things. And I whispered before my father passed, I whispered in his ear, I said, Dad, wherever I go, I'm going to take you with me. So it was a very unique, I was very close with my father. So I'm very proud. My father, in the community where I'm at, everyone knew my father. My father used to just drive around all day, throughout the city. I miss seeing his truck and seeing him. He had like this hearty laugh, and the best, and probably that's where I get my writing from. My father had a way of telling people stories, and they would laugh, really like belly laugh, and at the end of it, they look at him and they say, are you like telling me, is that true, or are you just telling a story? Like, he would always get that. It was so funny. He had a very unique personality. It was really funny. So
That's awesome.
And then he taught me how to be a good salesperson too. I had many jobs in my life before I was, started working for myself, where I would sell. I sold cars and I sold different things. And
Wow.
yeah, he taught me those things. In case you ever, because I was one out of 8 kids, and it was hard. My father, he couldn't afford to pay for college for everybody. So, I'm one of the second youngest. So me and my younger sister, we tried to observe everything we could, because we were like, oh my God, what if we can't, he can't afford to pay for college for us, and he couldn't. So I had to observe people and situations around me, to pull me through. And my dream when I was in high school was to, I wish that I could have met the guy in Florida that was Versace. I wanted to be a fashion designer. I went to Central High School. I went to the same high school as Adam Sandler, so that maybe there's something with the arts there. I don't really know. But
I love
when I was there, when I was there, I took the arts. I was in drawing and painting class, and I was in fashion design and home. We used to do all those things.
We
So
were all over
I
the
used to
place.
rip up clothes and redesign them. We didn't go out and buy all these high-end clothes. We used to design our own. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, I know we're down to like time is it, but we got started late. But we know now. I'm supposed to have on who.
So for your viewers, again, this song that's coming out, Dr. Olympia. You can find Dr. Olympia on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram. I think he's on all the platforms. And if you really want to see what a true Hollywood icon is and does, and he's just an awesome person, and he posts like daily. You can kind of check him out and see where he's at when he's
I'm
doing.
friends with him.
He's on red carpet.
I sent him
He's
a
in
friend.
theaters. Yeah. He's all over. He's in and out and everywhere. So,
I've been watching.
yeah.
But,
So yeah, he's everywhere.
Now tell us again when that song is going to come out, Roxanne.
I'm guessing maybe it's almost there. So maybe within a week. I'll start posting. I know that I don't have like an official site up or anything because I'm not there. What I do is I kind of create and I kind of put it on my own YouTube channel, and I only have maybe a couple. Sometimes I'll promote it where I want to have feedback. I probably will get 200 to 500 views on it. And what I'm trying to do is I try to get feedback on people's comments and what they, really hear or feel. And there'll probably be only a certain amount of people that will personally message me and be like, well, we like this, it sounds like this, or whatever. But I kind of am putting it to the side because there's, I probably should have platforms where it's on iTunes and all that type of thing. But I'm creating a show eventually. So I just kind of put it over there, and I'm putting, lots of clips and things like that. So, but this, when it comes out, he'll have it. I'm sure he'll take it and he'll put it on his platforms, and it'll go throughout everywhere. And I'll shout it out too on my own personal page through Facebook. I just got on Instagram like last week or something, but yeah. So he'll.
We bet he couldn't step on with us tonight, but it's all right. Maybe on the line we might can get him on.
Maybe. Yeah.
Not that
maybe.
he
He's
doesn't
probably
have.
watching.
Not that he doesn't have anything to do.
Right. Well, I bet he's probably watching. I just want to make sure I covered pretty much. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything. I mean, he also. I just want to show you. He has a book. I don't know if you can see it. He has a book about his life that people can, read if they're really curious about his life. So far, he's got a lot of history here. He was in partnership with Ted Turner. So, Ted Turner was a big person, big icon too. So
yeah,
he has a story about his whole.
No, he on our Braves now. Our Braves team. Ted Turner does, I think. Atlanta Braves. Yes.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I don't know. Well, he has a story about his partnership with Ted Turner, and the history behind what happened. He was involved in a lawsuit. So in 1996. Now he owns the Family Film Award Show. He's got the Olympia Award Show coming up in a couple of years, where it's gonna again go from country to country. And then he also owns the World Film Institute. And that's, he pretty much, he keeps films and productions and he does a lot of things with film work. So, and then on top of that, he's again he goes for the world peace meetings, and he goes for the fashion, and he goes to the Cannes festivals that happen every year. So he's out and about all the time. You can catch him on favorite.
I'm probably going to be paying a little more close attention to where you go.
Yeah, because you never know what is who I meet, where I go, and when I'm creating for someone, you're never gonna know. I write really fast, and I write a lot, so
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, because you never know where I'll be or where I'll be at or what I'll be creating. It's pretty interesting. I feel like when I go into a studio, I feel like it's a different world, and when I come out, I feel like it's kind of like time stops and all creation's right there.
Right.
So I went into the Michael Jackson studio. I went to visit that when I was in Hollywood. I also got offered space for where Usher creates. I can have space there, and I have some other studios in Hollywood that I got invited to go into if I go there, if I want to create. What I love about music, and it's not just Hollywood, what I love about music is it's international. And I could be anywhere, and I could, just want to pop into a studio and want to create something. And I just love that about music, So, so we did. We were able to go in. It was really cool. I saw where Michael Jackson made the sounds for The Man in the Mirror. I saw that area. It was really cool. And I remember reading a story where he used to go for Indian food, like on his break times and stuff. And here it was, they had my name. I have pictures of it. It's so funny. They have my name. I was going to pull up in a car.
Awesome. Oh, I'm stuck.
His name at one time. It was really cool. But I got to see where his monkey used to hang out and all that type of thing. So that was cool. And just I also when I was in Hollywood, again I'm very spiritual. I got to see. I went to a couple of cemeteries down there, and I had some cool experiences that I'll never forget. One day I'm gonna write about all these things, but that was really cool. But I'll be back. I'll be back down there, and I'll be in creation for some things. I wrote 20 songs. Paige, I wrote 25 songs for Hollywood. 25. And probably more will come, could come, but I don't know how much will go into production. But I'm working on one right now that's almost done. So that would be the second one for Hollywood that I'm working on, and then there's probably about a good 4 that is really like at my fingertips that I want to get done. So yeah, it's there.
Well, if you do, you ought to come back on and let us help you debut them.
Okay. If I come back on, I want to bring the work so that you can, definitely show them. You can see. I think visual videos is good to debut a song. So I'll bring a video, and someone, they can watch it or something like that.
We can play it on our screen.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. When I was in Hollywood in the morning, I took coffee and I went to the Hollywood Bowl and I watched them create the stage. They were building a stage for the concert that night, and it was serene. It was so nice. They had a women's group going up and down the stairs, working out and stuff, and the just the ambience of being outside. I can only imagine how many concerts were there underneath the stars and stuff like that. How beautiful it was. But I really took in, even though I wasn't there very long, when I was there, while I was there, I took in a lot of sightseeing. I took in a lot of memories when I was there so far. So that was really cool.
Awesome.
I went to where they have the Oscars. I went and saw like the theaters and things like that. I went to the Chinese theater. You know, it was really cool. So
That's awesome. I have been nowhere. I say that, y'all. Don't listen to me. But
before this Hollywood trip, I was in Dubai and Paris. So
yes,
that
I
was
remember. I remember.
that was a trip. Yeah.
And I hear a lot of singer songwriters. And I've had some from local that have been over that way too. I'm like, I know it's a pretty place out there.
Yeah. We were able to go into the desert, go 4-wheeling in the desert, and go into they have this, you take a boat over and they have like this big gold area. You know, we went into the market. What else? There were so many things that we did there. We went in, they have like an indoor winter park that the kids were able to go into. They have a big show there. It's kind of like a Vegas show that they had there. That they do. One thing I got from Dubai was they took a lot of American ideas and they used the American ideas as attractions for people that are there. So I kind of felt like, you know, it was America still, even though I was in Dubai. But the sands was just gorgeous. It's like you just want to be out in the sands all day. We were able to see the camels, go into the little fort, see a show at night, have it open, you know, have the big buffet and that type of thing. That was really cool. You go away and then you go into this big show at night. That was nice. So yeah, but the flight over, the hours to get there is
right. I can imagine.
The other side of the world. So,
literally.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Well, we got a short time left, Roxanne, but I always wanted to tell if anybody wants to be on a guest on my show, all you have to do, I finally got the website up and going, so it's www.thepagerobertsshow.live.com and click on the book online, the book online link on that page. I'm always there's always something to do, and I'm always on that website doing stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm usually doing my blog talk radio, so now I'm going to have to figure out how to get my. I mean, I know how to put videos on it, but I guess that's the way it's going to have to be.
Yeah.
But we're going to be back here at the same time. Who do I have next? I'm supposed to be having Rachel Selleck. She's UK. Miss UK.
Oh, Miss
Yeah.
UK?
Mm-hmm.
Like a beauty pageant
UK? Yeah. United Kingdom, UK.
No, but you say Miss. Was she a beauty pageant winner?
No. Rachel Selleck.
Oh.
Rachel Selleck is management.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, she's management. I have to talk with her, though. We're supposed to also, Helen and Mace was supposed to be coming on, but we're going to maybe have to change it.
Yeah.
And she's also Country Music social media, I think. Country Music social media is her as well. So, but yeah. Hello. You wanna talk a minute? You wanna say hi?
Yeah, just say hi. Hi. she was in a couple of my music videos.
Oh really?
Yeah, I had her. Yeah, she was in Where Are Those Days? What else were you in? She was young. She's a dancer. She takes dance. She was supposed to have 4 dances this year at our local theater.
Right.
And it closed. Yeah, well, she still takes it online though. So she does that. She was in, choir at school.
Oh, Mom, they said that in June they might have the dance in June.
Oh, okay. And she was supposed to take acting at the theater. Same theater. Yeah.
And you helped us with Zoom. I can't believe you know Zoom. Really? How old are you?
10. I'm turning 11 this year, though.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yeah, she's my baby.
I don't know
She's
how.
involved
I
in
don't know what
everything.
age I'll. I don't know what age I'll be, but
Oh,
right.
I'm stop counting. I'm gonna stop counting.
I did.
Right?
I'm already there. But y'all, we will be
Yeah.
back here next week, the same time, same place. So
That's awesome.
Facebook Live. So,
I want you to make sure you save this interview, okay? Because you never know where life takes you, and you never know, where it's gonna be from
you
day to
never know
day.
where
So
Roxanne is gonna be.
you really don't. You never know. I never know.
I
So
might be in Hollywood. Huh?
I'll take you. I'll be your tour guide. I love being a tour guide. I will take you. You will have so much fun if you
Everywhere.
ever go anywhere with me. You can ask my family, my kid. Oh my God, I take them everywhere. I take them places that they can't even dream. I get into it. I mean, like I'll research stuff. I'll go there and
I would love that. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
We brought dresses. We dressed like Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, Audrey Hepburn. We were playing around with those carts in the hall, the hotel. We just did a lot of different things, and we made our own memories, and it was just a lot of fun. I love to have fun. Yeah. You only go around once, so you might have fun.
And I need to do more of that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Time to start living. Time to start living. So,
yes.
Y'all know how to get in touch with me, and Roxanne, I know how to get in touch with you, and yeah. So,
yeah, if they want to go, if they want to have a peek at some of the videos that I do have, I think they can find them on my YouTube page, which is Roxanne's Music Box. Go on that and under YouTube, and there's a whole bunch of everything on there. But if they want to go through that and they want to see some other videos, they can. I think I have like 9 or 10 up right now of the songs, and so they can do that and they can check them out for now. Eventually one day it'll be in big production, hopefully, and then they'll know, hey, we've seen her on the Paige Roberts show,
yeah.
and here she is.
I already got my weight down, Roxanne.
Woo! You're funny.
I'll be right behind you. So, but no, thank you for coming on tonight. But yeah, we'll have you back on again, and maybe once you have a lot more of that in production and out there, we'll bring it back on, and we can hear it.
Yeah, you can try to maybe broadcast it once it comes out. Like I said, the guy that I wrote it for, he's huge, so hopefully he takes it and he does put it in production and it carries, worldwide wherever he wants it to go. Because he has those connections, he has all that set up, so he knows, that end of it. I don't concentrate on that right now. I'm still in production with music and things like that. So hopefully, he'll get it up. I'll send it to you so you can see it and you can plug it if you want. People can see it. For me personally, I try to get it on my Facebook and I plug it to the people I know so that I can get feedback on it, because that's mainly what I want right now is feedback.
Well, I'm anxious to hear it now. So yeah, keep me in mind.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Thank you again. But yeah, we'll be back here next week. Same time, same place.
Okay. One other thing, Paige, before I go, there's a lot of music coming out that is very entrepreneurial. Where as an artist, I have to start thinking about like bread and butter of where money is going to come. So when things start to come up and come out, I'll let you know, and maybe you can at least just plug it and be like, hey, go look at I have 3 books that I want to have come out. I have
yes, or you can do me an MP3, and I can play it that way too. or little video.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
So, as things come out, I'll let you know, okay? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll come up with music, you know.
Mhm.
Everything does in my life for sure. So,
Mine too.
all right?
Yep. So, but thank you again, and yeah, we'll be hearing from you and talking to you. So
Oh,
we're on
okay.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So,
All
but thank you
yeah.
again, and thank your
All right.
daughter. What was her name? I don't-
Aram.
Erin.
Aram.
Thank you, Erin.
Now she's gone. She took off on me.
But thank you again, Roxanne. So always a pleasure.
Yeah, you too, Paige. Thank you.
All right,
I hope he's happy because he's the one. He's like, you need to get my story out. I'm like, okay. So
like,
I'm trying to put him.
pronto,
Yeah.
Roxanne.
Yeah, right. All right. I'll send you the
Today.
video, honey. I'll send you the video soon. Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.